Hi, I'm Gin, and thanks for joining me at Living Incognito. You can find out more at my Instagram, the podcast, or at the website, livingincognito.com. Like most of us, my path diverged wildly over time. And all of those things have come together to inform how I teach and how I show up in the world just day to day, or if I'm performing or presenting. Some of those things include my time acting professionally in Minneapolis. There was a year-long stint with the Children's Theater Company. There was going to grad school at the American Repertory Theatre for advanced theater training at Harvard University slash Moscow Art Theater School. So part of that was in Cambridge, Mass. At Harvard, and the other part of that was at the Moscow Art Theater in Moscow, and studying there. And then taking classes, various classes in New York at the Actors Center, places like that. And then I could not get rid of my curiosity about the voice. I remember when I was in grad school, rolling around on the mats, making sounds and going, why am I doing this? But experiencing growth and change, and I knew I needed more of it. And so I started taking Fitzmaurice voice work workshops. And because I was into the performance armor, and I was kind of tense and always going for a preconceived notion of perfection as opposed to what I was seeing and experiencing live in front of me. Uh, I kept going back, even though for a while I hated those workshops, but I needed more. And then finally, I had enough of a breakthrough where I thought, I'm going to see about getting certified in Fitzmaurice voice work. And that was a game changer. It really affected my worldview in terms of trying to find a balance between structure and chaos, and that there could be such a thing as good chaos. Likewise, with the structure, there can be unhelpful structure and there can be helpful structure. And then as time went on, especially as I continued to perform and continue to teach, I realized that underneath all of that was energy. The energy affects the breathing affects the voice. And I think, especially because of years of teaching, people's energy, it's a palpable thing. You probably have had the experience of watching somebody walk into a room or walk on stage and right away having the sense of, oh, this is going to be good, or here we go. And that has everything to do with energy. And then what's beneath that? That is the narratives that we tell ourselves. We reinforce these truths that may or may not be true. And that's part of why I'm passionate about getting in there and saying, is there more to this story? Can we expand this threshold a little bit? And also the acceptance of ourselves, right? Trying to go for radical self-acceptance in a world that is unaccepting of that. You got to at least put up a fight, right? I'm Jen, and thanks for joining me at Living Incognito. You can find out more at my Instagram, podcast, or at livingincognito.com.